Well, hello over there in Boomer Sooner, everybody. My name's Harry James. The women's basketball team is the final preset that we're going to do. We did the men's last week, if you want to go back on the YouTube and find it. Well, you guys all know that I love Oklahoma, and I love this state even more. So when girls or guys from this state get to wear the OU jersey, that's probably who I'm going to root for. Well, I've got another one to root for now, but not only is she from here, she's the best player out of the state of Oklahoma. She's a guard. I'll tell you about her, about all the other newcomers, and we'll break down the non-conference schedule for our beloved OU women. All that next. Only right here, Boomer Center 1982. Don't go away! Boomer Sooner, everybody! My name's Harry James. With the Big 12 getting smaller, not as many teams in, now the Sooners, or whoever you are, usually only get one exhibition game in the non-conference. On the men's side and on the women's side. On the women's side this year, on November the 7th, they'll start it off against Southwestern Oklahoma State University in the exhibition game I told you about. They did, however, last year go 20-10 last year in their conference. Then in non-conference, on the 10th, 3 days later, they'll play Belmont, who went 27-6. Then 3 days later, they'll go on the road at DePaul, who went 27-8. They'll come back to Norman on November the 17th for one game, where they will play SMU, Southern Methodist, 19-15 last year, and then on 4 days later they'll finish the home and home series they had last year with Colorado State at Colorado State, 25-9. The Sooners will then stay on the road because their next home game is part of the women's version of the Phil Knight Invitational Classic. Now, just like the men, the core of it, or the tournament itself, will be played in Oregon. But unlike the men, the women's will only be just one game. And it will be in Eugene at Oregon on November the 25th. Oregon last year, 23-14. The Sooners then end their mini road games November the 27th, 2 days later, at Little Rock of Arkansas, 25-9. The Sooners will then play on December the 3rd their version of the SEC Big 12 Challenge. They will be hosting the University of Florida, the Gators. Last year, Florida went 15-16 last year. The Sooners will then head on the road on December the 6th, 3 days later, at San Diego State, 23-9. They will then head for two home games against Southern Florida on December the 9th. USF, by the way, is 24-9. And then on the 16th, they'll play the University of New Mexico in Norman. They went 15-15 last year. The Sooners will then have one more game in the non-conference before the many games that we know are going to be coming in the Big 12. And that one final test will be on December the 19th. They will play the Holiday Showcase Classic women's version, where in Uncasville, Connecticut, they will play the University of Connecticut. 36-1 last year. However, the one loss is the one that people are going to remember. They lost to Mississippi State in the NCAA Women's basketball championship game in Dallas. That is a tongue tire if you're not ready for it. But I made it through. So now that we made it through their non-conference, what about the players that we're expecting to come in and do something this year? Well, as I said before, I'm always for the local product. I love all the Oklahoma guys and girls to come in here. And as I said, Oklahoma's got one. Probably one of the best ones in the country. Definitely one of the best ones in the state from last year. Number 22, Anna Lemanoise, 6'0", out of Choctaw, Oklahoma, local product. They did, however, go outside of Oklahoma. They went all the way up to Boise, Idaho, to find number 3, Mandy Simpson, a 6'9" forward center. And then they weren't done yet either, because they actually went above and beyond the U.S., all the way out to Canada, where they found Pellington. Number 14, Shawana Pellington, 5'7", out of Pickering, Ontario, Canada. She'll be a guard for the Sooners this year. All right, guys, that is the non-conference and the roster, the upcoming roster for the Oklahoma Sooners. We'll finally get to take a couple of weeks off, get to catch our breath before getting back into football mode for week numero uno. Until then, everybody, have a good next couple of weeks. I'm going to miss you guys. Hopefully you can find me. But you can still find me on Facebook, Harry James Taylor. Or you can still tweet me at Sooner_fan_OK. Alright, guys. Until the official OU Preview Football Show, this has been Harry James Taylor. And I am out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. And as always, Boomer Sooner.